Week 5 is in the books, mostly, except for Tuesday Night Football. But this is just a weird year in 2020. But we already need to look ahead to Week 6. That's why we have John Daigle here, Mr. Waiver Wire himself. You can check out his column up on Rotoworld. But Daigle, we also have to go through the top 3 waiver pickups served by Applebee's. Hit me with number 1.
Let's start with Andy Dalton. That's who everyone will be interested in no matter your format. And although the Cowboys have the league's toughest projected remaining schedule on the surface, I think there's reason to have hope in this offense still. The Cardinals, for example, just lost Chandler Jones, one of the elite pass rushers in the league, for the entire year. The Eagles have not been an overwhelming opponent. The Cowboys have yet to play Washington, actually, who leads the league in explosive plays allowed through the air. Mike Hilton, Pittsburgh slot corner, is eventually going to be matched up against CeeDee Lamb if he stays healthy. So that's a good matchup for the Cowboys. And the 49ers are completely banged up on the boundary. So beyond the Ravens matchup that the Cowboys have later on in the year, I think we should actually have a little bit of hope in Andy Dalton.
Yeah, and in 2 quarterback leagues, super flex leagues, he might even be somewhat of a league winner. I know we might use that term a little bit too much, but rarely do you have a quarterback who is throwing to Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, even Dalton Schultz at this point in the calendar that you didn't have to spend a draft pick on. That is massive. We talked about this on the podcast. I am a tiny bit nervous at how Andy Dalton's play might suffer behind this offensive line, which is porous compared to what Dak Prescott was doing. But hey, at some point with all of these pass catching options, it might be even too big to fail here for Andy Dalton. All right, number 2, I have on this list, John Daigle, Vikings running back Alexander Mattison, who is available in 59% of Yahoo leagues out there.
The question isn't whether Alexander Mattison will be the bell cow if Dalvin Cook misses, because he outsnapped Mike Boone 43-5 and outtouched him 23-2. The question is, how much do you out there world want to spend on him in free agency, a RB1 essentially that you get for 1 week? Because the Vikings hit their bye week in week 7. So that means Dalvin Cook will potentially have 14 days to rest his hamstring or groin before coming back. So you just have to ask yourself, how bad are you in need of a win? Do you want a top 12 player this week for 1 week only right now? And if that's the case, you unload the clip on him.
We know Gary Kubiak wants to run the football, and Alexander Mattison, I'm not going to say he's Dalvin Cook, but I would also say that Alexander Mattison is a very talented football player. So putting him in your lineup for at least 1 week makes a lot of sense. Let's close it out with maybe the breakout star of Week 5, Daigle, Chase Claypool, the wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, on 11 targets on Sunday in a fill-in role for injured Deontay Johnson. He caught 7 passes, 110 yards, and 3 touchdowns to go along with another rushing score. The special sauce is out of the bottle, Daigle. We can't put it back in. Chase Claypool's here.
It is slightly worrisome since this has happened in the past 2 games while Deontay Johnson has left injured. But in that span, 73% of Pittsburgh snaps, a 37% slot rate, which actually moves Juju Smith-Schuster to the boundary at some times, and 15 targets. The Steelers have made it a point to get Chase Claypool involved in these 2 games in specific situations, call plays for him to explode in chess piece positive matchups. So they clearly know how to use him, and any further involvement makes him a strong weekly option, whether it's at receiver or your flex spot moving forward. And that's why I think we're still chasing his upside and worrying about his role if Deontay Johnson is able to return later on.
Yeah, you can find your Zach Pascals, your Hunter Renfros on the waiver wire every single week. It's rare to find a talent like Chase Poole out there, and he's available in 83% of Yahoo leagues out there. Again, go and check out 1, the podcast, and 2, John Daigle's waiver column, which is up on Rotoworld right now. And again, this was the top 3 pickups served by Applebee's.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.